Is this a good use of taxpayer money? Government Newsom wants to spend $19 million on a brief ad campaign to improve California's image nationally while state deals with years of budget problems. $19 million realistically is not a lot of money, right? But then honestly, you don't want California to be managed by a bunch of morons like Newsom. This guy just fucks everything up. Don't forget, this guy grew up rich. He grew up rich and he has some dodgy wineries. And do you want someone that is born rich and that doesn't understand how the common man to manage money, right? He's rich and he's not rich by his own means. He's rich by by just being born at the right time. But I'm going off on a tangent. Let's see what he has to say.
Governor Gavin Newsom wants to use millions in taxpayer money to advertise California in a better light.
KCRA3's political director Ashley Zavala followed up on this spending with lawmakers. What did they tell you?
So our main question to those lawmakers who oversee the budget committees at our state capitol: is this a good use of taxpayer money? Governor Gavin Newsom wants to use $19 million to promote
Not a lot of
California
money, to
in
be
a better
honest,
light
but I don't trust him
nationally.
with money.
According to a state request for proposal, also known as RFP, it opened last month. The ad campaign is meant to promote how the state is, quote, an economic powerhouse and unmatched tourism destination.
Gosh darn. So he wants to improve the image of California, so we will think highly of them. I mean, hot damn. It's really hard to do that when you actively have someone constantly making bad decisions for the state. Someone like Newsom, right? He just keeps denying the facts. He was very pro people stealing stuff from small businesses. Right? There is that myth that people thought he approved a bill to have people steal stuff that's under, was it $900 or $800, and it doesn't count as a felony. He actually didn't approve that bill or whatever that proposition was, but then he did something similar to it, where he just not provoke, but he insinuated that if you're poor, you should be able to steal, and people took that statement as okay, all right, I'm poor, I'm gonna go steal some Gucci bags, I'm gonna steal some Blue Religion pants, right? They're not really stealing food in particular from Safeway. Like, no, I need to eat, so I'm gonna go steal some Louis Vuitton.
Nation and world's epicenter of innovation. The campaign is meant to fight, quote, negative narratives amplified online and in partisan media. Up to $14 million of the money would be spent on the advertisement,
travel, agency fees, production costs.
Agency fees and production costs. The contract is expected to run from April 6th until December 31st of this year, which is the end of Governor Gavin Newsom's term.
Honestly, you don't even need to pay for this stuff, right? If you can run a state really well, you don't even need... Do you think Donald Trump is paying billions of dollars to improve his image? He's like, yeah, go say whatever you want. I'm fixing the country. Right? People don't seem to understand how bad it is before he took over, right? It was getting very hairy. Like, you just have our national debt was just getting higher and higher, and people, like all these Democratic presidents, they were just giving pardons to criminals. It's not like they're deliberately doing it because they're trying to commit some kind of crime. Kind of hard to say about Joe Biden, right? Because he gave his whole family a pardon, which was extremely egregious. Like, no, it's not just like a regular pardon. It was like a preordained pardon, or like a pardon that can go on for like 4 or 5 years after his presidency, right? So he's pretty much untouchable. If he wants to commit like some egregious crimes, he can do it and get away with it for the most part, right? Obviously, he cannot just run up to the president and shoot him and just do blatant murder. But if he does something like embezzlement in a company or or get some donations or investment in his company, and he steals all of it, he can probably get away with stuff like that.
California has been grappling
Business
with budget problems
business
over the last several
crimes,
years,
he can
and you
get
may
away
be
with that.
wondering, well, where is this money coming from? According to Newsom's Department of Finance, the money has already been earmarked. Governor Newsom's Office of Business and Economic Development has a budget this year of $373 million.
That's not a lot of money, to be honest.
So today we tried to check in with the lawmakers who help oversee California's state spending plan. Again, is this a good use of taxpayer dollars? We started in the Assembly. The budget chair there, Assemblyman Jesse Gabriel, said he needed to read the request for proposal before commenting. We also asked Assemblywoman Sharon Quirk-Silva, who oversees a budget committee that's focused specifically on Governor Newsom's office. She told me she's not commenting. Then, over in the state Senate, before lawmakers got started, I approached the budget chairman over there, Senator John Laird. He would not comment. I also reached out to State Senator Melissa Hurtado, who leads the subcommittee that oversees the governor's office spending in the Senate. She was out sick today, but she texted me that she had no comment. Here's what the Republican...
Yeah, people are very hesitant to make these decisions, right? I mean, it's not only Gavin Newsom that, not only like are conservatives concerned with how dumb Gavin Newsom is, even people in his own party is concerned, right? Because they don't want to, some of them have good intentions, and they don't want to, like follow through with a plan from an idiot.
Budget leaders had to say.
This just looks like, to me, that the governor has taken an opportunity to promote himself.
Fresno. Oh, he represents Fresno? Huh?
The entire country.
I heard of that place. I heard it's really dodgy there.
People had issues with Kristi Noem spending over $200 million on what looked like a promotional campaign for herself. And now the governor is about to do that with a state that is projecting a lot of fiscal issues into the future. This isn't responsible. This looks like corruption. And it looks like this is...
Yeah, it's very possible, right? And then you can imagine how... Let me explain to you how corruption works, right? Like, oh yeah, it's just spending money. What's wrong with the government spending money? What is it? There was a situation in San Francisco where the local government want to issue tents to homeless people, and then so they set aside a budget, to pay for these tents. They didn't think about the metrics. They didn't think about the costs or whatever. They just said, okay, fuck it. These people need quote unquote help. Let's just get them the tents. Don't worry about the cost. You'd think that they would go to Lowe's or Best Buy to buy tents. But they just bought it from some random ass company, and they would charge the government $5,000 per tent. $5,000 per a basic ass tent that you can order for yourself on Alibaba. It's shit mismanagement, and it's blatant corruption. That's how corruption work, right? You have the local government, or grand scheme of things, state government, to essentially, let's spend money on something, huh? I know a guy that's good at advertisement. Let's hire him to do that. And then, just give him that $14 million and he'll know what to do, right? And then, the guy just does a bunch of nothing. Like, oh yeah, I'll fix the image. I'll do some campaigns, and then take that money, go to his yacht, jerk off, come back and make a post like, oh yeah, this is worth $14 million. Yeah, thanks for the money. Right? That's how corruption works, right? I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen with this situation, but it's how it happens very commonly. You have people that are friends with the politicians, and then when the politician proposes something, the friends of those politicians will call up the politicians and say, hey, can you how about I handle this project for you? All right, just give me what you're gonna spend, and then I'll take care of it. And then they do a shit job or no job at all, and they make money. That's how corruption works.
A deal right now before he kicks off his next
one of the many corruption variations.
And it's wrong.
First of all, it's promoting Gavin Newsom. This is unquestionably part of his presidential campaign.
Okay. That's actually surprising. Like, people in the people in California don't support him at all, right? The only people that support him is people in big city from San Francisco, right? I People don't realize that I think recently they just passed a bill to increase the cost. This is not the government. Some dude, it was like some Hispanic dude. He passed a bill to increase, basically borderline double the cost of car registration, right? And it's absolutely that guy's fault. They want to increase because, like, there was a budget issue with California. They want to find some way to make more money, so they're trying to make more through the car registration fees. Instead of blaming that guy for that car registration bullshit, everybody blame Trump. Everybody in like these big cities like San Francisco, they just blame Trump immediately. They don't they don't think, they can't reason.
Concerns me more is that it's seeking to regulate speech. And my concern is that when I talk about, as an example, regulatory issues that I think compromise California as a good place to do business, this program is probably going to say I can't say that anymore. That's what really bothers me.
I reached out to the governor's office for comment. His spokesperson said in part that the state has a right.
Spokesperson, that's what they do. Gavin Newsom's not a good speaker. He's he's like a deluded martyr. The way he speaks, right? He speaks like a kind of like a narcissistic religious type of person. Not like the shit you see in Iran, but then like the shit you see in these Christian churches where these people, they're like, oh yes, I found God. Poor you don't know better. I know better. Like they feel sympathy for you because they think that you haven't figured it out. Gavin Newsom, he's like deluded in the sense that, he thinks that he knows best, when in reality he's a big dumb idiot.
To quote, tell the true story, and went on to say that setting the record.
I don't think he's attractive. I look at his photos from his past. He looks like a femboy. If he was born today, he would be a femboy.
Companies apply, to become the ones. Who could get paid for this?
Yeah, at this point, we don't know who exactly. It's to be seen. We did see in the RFP documents that small businesses will be considered first for this. We are expected to
small businesses or like new LLCs.
Know by the end of the month who exactly.
Brand new LLCs.
I imagine this one specifically will be under some scrutiny, maybe, but we'll follow this.
All right, we know you will.
Yep.
Ashley, thank you.
Yep. Well, this guy's about to leave, and he wants to do as much damage as he can to California right before he leaves. Like, it's very obvious what he's trying to do, right? He's trying to get super active, right? Improve the image of California. That way, when he runs for president, he'll be like, "Hey, no, look at California; it's doing so well. Look at all the news segments. Look at all like the positive reaction, right? Look at all these paid reviews of California. People are saying good things about it." And then people will be like, "Oh yeah, he did a good job running the state. Let's have him be our president."